Hello everyone, welcome to my channel English with Vince and welcome to another video. It's been a long time that I haven't been making the video and it's a video maybe after 4 or 5 months, but I'm sure that this video will be very much informative for those who are teaching O-level English. So those who are teaching O-level English 1, 1, 2, 3, they know very well that there has been a dramatic change in paper which will be with effect from 2024. That means the student, those who are sitting in grade 9, so we have to teach them according to the new syllabus so that they should be prepared for 2024's paper pattern. Because they will be appearing, those who are sitting in grade 9, they will be appearing their O-level English 1, 1, 2, 3 in 2024. So what are the changes that they are going to see and how the teachers have to teach them now according to the new paper pattern, we are going to discuss in this video very much detailed, and I'm sure that you will like this video. So let's get started. So if you are new on my channel, so don't forget to subscribe and also press the bell icon so that you can get the notification of my all videos. So hello everyone, so we are going to discuss about the changes that are going to come in English language paper 1, 1, 2, 3 from 2024. So that means the students, those who are sitting in grade 9 right now, they will be appearing with the new paper pattern, the revised paper pattern. So let's discuss the revised paper pattern in detail, that what are the changes and how the students have to appear. All right, so English language 1, 1, 2, 3 revised paper pattern, and we're going to discuss it in detail. We are going to discuss paper 1 and paper 2 both in detail so that the students should know that what are the changes and how they have to attempt now. So the paper 1 is now reading, as all the English language teachers and the students probably know that previously paper 1 was writing, but now this time paper 1 is reading, and the time for paper 1 reading is 2 hours. Previously for the reading paper, the students were given 1 hour and 45 minutes, but now they are given 2 hours. And 50 marks, there is no change in the marks. Now section 1, comprehension and use of language, which is of 25 marks. Previously, the section 1 was reading for ideas, but now this is comprehension and use of English language, which is of 25 marks. Section 2 in the reading paper is summary and short responses, which is also of 25 marks. And previously, this was reading for meaning. Now it's been changed. Now let's discuss the section 1 first, which is comprehension and use of language. So the passage 1, what will be the type of question, the type of questions, and the marks. All right, so there will be a long passage of about 900 words. I mean, the passage 1 will be of 900 words, and there will be 2 different types of questions that the students have to give their responses. 2 different type of questions will be, the question number 1 will be short question answers, like implicit and explicit question answers. Like the students will be given a few short questions, and it would be easy for them to find out the answer from the passage. And of course, they have already been doing this, the explicit and the implicit meaning. Explicit mean they can find the answer quickly, and implicit means they might find some difficulties to find the answer. So that would be of 16 marks, but you can see that this would be a type of a question. You will be given one passage, and after reading the passage or reading the question and finding the answer from the passage, like read the text 1, text A, which is nameless. They haven't given any name so far, and the insert paper, question 1 and question 2, and this would be the question: in what way is the structure of redwood trees the opposite of most trees? 1 mark paper question, and it's been taken from line 2. Now, I'm sure that you guys have already been doing these kind of the questions, like short question answer, and you might find the answer of this question very quickly and very clearly in the passage. And if you find the answer of this question very clearly, that means it is explicit. And if you do not find the answer of this question very clearly, but there are only few indication given, and it is in some difficult words or in some close words, that means it is an implicit answer. So this type of the question answer would come, and this question answer, these type of the questions will be of 16 marks. And then there are short answers worth total of 9 marks. I mean, after these 16 marks question, there will be a 9 marks question. I mean, what type of the question? It would be relating to the author's use of language and the effect this has. This means some lines from the text will be taken, and the candidates will be asked to explain the meaning of those expressions, effects, suggestions, etc., etc. And that would be of 9 marks. That means the passage one will be having only two different types of questions. Type one will be the short question answers, which they have already been doing. That's not new for them. And the question number two will be entirely new for them. They will take few lines from different places of the text one, and then they will ask you to write maybe your suggestions, that what writer wants to say here, what is the mood of writer here, what these expressions really mean according to you, or according to the passage. I'm going to show you one sample out of this. All right, see the sample. Now what they have done, read the text from, okay, read this text, extract from the text. Now they have taken, you have to read this extract which they have taken from the text one, I mean passage one, like, he felt gravity go to zero, the world stopped, Mo watched the branch of the large redwood approach in the slow motion and saw his fingers extend towards it. Now this has been taken from line 45 to 46. And now what question? These lines have been exactly taken from the passage. And the question is, what does the writer want to suggest to us about the situation at this point in the story? So here, one thing is very much clear, that the few lines have been taken from the passage, and they are asking what writer wants to suggest. You have to go back to the passage and you have to see that what exactly that writer wants to suggest. So the question number two will be this type of question, like the writer would take few lines, as you can see the next question, which is explain why the writer uses the word stronger rather than strong in the expression a stronger branch, which has been taken from line number 49. So you can understand that the question number two is changed as compared to the previous paper. These type of the questions were not there. These are some related to the reference to the context type of questions. The reference to the context, like they take some passages, few lines from the passage, and they ask you that what are the meaning of these lines and what expression these lines are giving, or what writer wants to suggest, or what is the opinion of the writer. These kind of the question you would see in question number two, and these type of the question, the marks for these type of the question would be 9. So 16 marks for the short question answer and 9 marks for these type of the question, altogether 25 marks. And paper passage number one finished, done. Now we're going to talk about passage 2, which you can call section B of paper 1, which is summary and short responses. You remember that in the previous paper pattern, the summary writing was the part of section 1, but this time it is a part of section 2. Previously, summary writing was of only 10 marks, but now this time the summary writing is of 20 marks. Previously, there were content points, and there were 12 marks for the content points, but the content points are gone, no more content points. Now you all have to do is to just read the passage, underline the important points, distinctive points, and then write a summary in one paragraph, a continuous form in your own words, taking out some specific information from the passage. So passage 2, the type of question, again in the passage 2 there are two different type of questions. The question number 1, okay, the passage will be of 550 to 600 words, and there will be two type of different questions. What will be the type of the question? Type 1 will be the summary writing. Of course, you have to read the whole passage and take out the specific information, underline the distinctive point or important information in the whole passage, and then write a summary of 150 to 180 words, and you will be given 20 marks for this, for your use of language, using the connectors, discourse markers and all that, and should be one continuous form, one paragraph summary. So if you have covered all the important points and written one continuous form summary, then you will be given 20 marks. All right, and this would be the type of a question. You can see the summary writing question that have been taken from the specimen paper. Read text B, a night among the trees in the insert, and answer question number 3. And question number 3 is again summary writing. Summarize what would appeal most to guests about a stay at the Tree Hotel according to text B. And now you must You must use a continuous writing, not the not form. You already know that the summary writing is not in a not form, it is one continuous passage or one continuous paragraph. Use your own words where appropriate, avoid copying a long section of the text. Like, you do not have to lift the lines from the passage exactly. You have to paraphrase the passages, the paragraphs in your own words, pick the specific information, try to write it into your own words. Up to 10 marks are available for the content of your answer, and up to the 10 marks are given to the quality of your writing. Like, the 20 marks have been divided into two different sections. 10 marks are for the content and 10 marks are for the quality of your writing. So this will be the question 1 from the passage 2. But normally this question number 3 of paper 1, but if you see from the passage number 2, this is the question 1, and the question 2, that the candidates have to give a short response to show understanding of implicit meaning and attitude in response to text B. It is mostly some hypothetical, like imaginary situation related to text B, and you will be given 5 marks for that. Okay, let me explain you what is this question. Linked with the passage B or passage 2, some hypothetical situation will be given to you. Let's say the passage was about hotel. Now you will be given one situation, like if you were the manager of a hotel and if this incident happened in your hotel, what would you do or how would you react? So some unreal situation or imaginary situation will be given to you, and you have to give your response, and for that you will be given 5 marks. Let me show you that. This is a sample that I've taken from the specimen paper. Imagine you are Kent Lendwall, one of the owners of the hotel. You are interviewed by a local news program about the effect that the hotels are having on the forest environment. Give your answer to the interview's questions using information from the text B. Now, this would be the information you have to take from the text B, but you have to imagine that you are the manager of the hotel, Kent Landwell. Interviewer's questions. Some local people think that your tree hotel might have a negative effect on our forest environment. What is your opinion and why? Now, the interviewer has asked you the question that some local people believe that the hotel that you own, tree hotel, it might have some negative effect on the forest environment. So what is your opinion into it? Now, being the manager of the hotel or owner of the hotel, Kent Ledwall, you have to write your answer. And do not forget that you have to pick some information from the passage 2, from the passage B, and basis on that, you have to write your answer. But this is hypothetical situation because you are not the owner of the hotel. So you have to keep in your mind, and hypothetically, you have been given some personality, but you have to give the answer from picking some lines or picking the information from the passage. So yes, and that would be of 25 marks. Your paper 1 is done. Clapping. I hope that you have noted the changes that have come into the paper 1, reading, and which was previously the paper 2, but this time it's reading. And the good thing about this paper is that now you will be given 2 hours. Previously you were given 1 hour and 45 minutes. So let's see now the paper 2. Now this time paper 2 is writing. Previously paper 1 was writing. So let's see that what are the changes in the paper 2. All right, so the paper 2 is now this time writing, and the time for paper 2 is 2 hours. Previously the time for paper 2 was 1 hour and 30 minutes, and the marks were 50, but this time you have been given 2 hours time, and the marks were 60, but this time this is 50 marks. Like, now paper 1 and paper 2 both are of 100 marks. Previously paper 1 and paper 2 were 110 marks. Like, paper 2 was of 60 marks, but now this time it is of 50 marks. So there will be 2 questions from paper 2 writing. There will be 2 questions. In writing paper, you might not see a lot of changes, but yeah, of course, in directed writing, which was a part of your writing paper, section 1, directed writing, you will see the changes. So there are 2 sections, section 1 and section B. Section 1 is directed writing. Previously it was directed writing. Again, it is directed writing. Previously it was of 30 marks. Now this time it is of 25 marks. And section 2 is composition. Previously it was of 30 marks, but now this time it is of 25 marks. The name of the sections have not been changed, but let's see that what changes came into the section. So in the directed writing, which is of 25 marks, the word limit is 250 to 350 words, and the suggested time, because you will be given 2 hours to attempt section 1 and section 2, and I suggest that you should spend 1 hour on section 1 and 1 hour on section 2. So let's see that what is directed writing this time. The directed writing candidates read 1 or 2 texts, totally approximately of 400 to 450 words in length. They use, develop, and evaluate the information in the text or text to create a discursive, argumentative, persuasive speech, email, report, or article, letter or article. So this means now in the directed writing, you will be given 1 or 2 small texts of 400 to 450 words. Small texts will be given. You have to read 1 or those 2 texts. After reading that, you have to write discursive, argumentative, or persuasive speech, email, report, letter, or article, any one of them. All right, so this would be the directed writing section. Previously, as you students know, that the directed writing was very easy, and this time the directed writing would be a little bit difficult because of the previous directed writing. In the previous pattern, there was simply one question. Candidates were asked to write a letter, or they were asked to write article, report, account, and even 3 bullet points were given for them that they have to make 3 different paragraphs on those 3 bullet points. But this time there will be no bullet points, there will be no such guideline given by the examiner. All you will be given 2 or maybe 1 text of 400 to 450 words. You have to read that, and you have to underline the important points out of that text or those 2 texts, and using the important information you will be asked to write article, letter, report, speech, or maybe email, and that would be either discursive, argumentative, persuasive, any one of them. So this would be the directed writing section 1, and I'm just going to show you for the sample that this is what we have taken from the specimen paper. See, 2 texts, you have to read these 2 texts, and after reading these 2 texts you will be asked to write a magazine article, and there are a few points given that you have to see, you have to note, you have to read the points, say that you have to read and take out the important information, opinions from the text, and then you have to write 1 magazine article. This is that we have taken from the specimen paper, and for this you will be given 25 marks. 10 marks will be, up to 10 marks are available for the content of the answer, and 15 marks are for the quality of the writing. Now let's move to the section 2. Section 2 is again the composition. This time in the the composition is of 25 marks, and the word limit is 350 to 450. Previously the word limit was 350 to 500 word, but this time they have reduced it, and you will be given 2 hours to attempt section 1 and section 2, and I suggest that you should spend 1 hour on section 2, which is composition. And now this time candidates have to write an essay on any one of the topics out of a choice of 4. Previously there were 5 topics given. The students have to write an essay on any one of those 5 topics, but this time you change that. You can see that now this time there are 4 topics. 2 descriptive writing topics will be given, and 2 narrative writing topics will be given, and you have to write we have to write essay on any one of them, and you have to write the essay between 350 to 450 words. And let me show you that what type of the topics will be given. This is what we have taken from the specimen paper, you can see, and this is of 25 marks. You can write any one of them. This is descriptive writing, and narrative writing, and narrative writing. That means 2 topics of descriptive writing and 2 topics of narrative writing. I mostly recommend my students to go with the narrative writing, because in the narrative writing you are asked to share your past experiences, and that becomes very easy for you to share, because something that you have done in your life and now you're sharing, you will remember the sequence, and it will be easy for you to write within the word limit. So this was the paper 2, and the resources about the updated paper pattern will be given soon. These are the 2 books that you would see in the upcoming months. And I mean, within 1 or 2 months, you will see these books will be published and will be available in the market, which will be having the resources according to the paper pattern of 2024. Hope you liked this video, and this will be very informative for you. And if you want to ask any questions related to the new paper pattern, you can drop your message there. I'll get back to you. Thank you very much. Bye. Best of luck.